we got one person on board. Hmm. Yeah, showing one person. What's up, Ted? Oh, two people, three people. Leanne, Kendall, Julie, Liz. How many is that now? Five? Well, it says seven on there, but I'm seeing five messages. I figured it would be best to kick off playing some live music because it's a lot easier to be prepared like I am right now rather than, being in another mode and then trying to get set up to play some live music. So I figured I'd do that, and then we can move on to some other stuff. I got a cool song to show y'all. And I wanted to tell y'all, forgive me if I repeat things. I've made so many videos, I haven't really kept up with topics and what we've talked about. I guess I need to start maybe writing that down so I know what we've covered. And, I don't want to be a mockingbird here and be repetitive, and y'all are like getting tired of me talking about the same old stuff. Oh yeah, don't pull a Biden. Hey, I've been hitting the head pretty hard. I used to kickbox, but that really didn't get to me. But when I was a police officer, I went through several injuries, especially when I got hit from behind. I know I've talked about that before, but of course there may be some new people that haven't heard the story. So anyway, yeah, I got hit. I was on a traffic stop. I got hit at 80 miles an hour, and I ended up having to have 3 surgeries. I was sitting in my patrol car when I got hit. So I'm still here, though, thank goodness. And, honestly, I think it really does, in a way, sometimes affect me, because I know nowadays I have a little more trouble remembering lyrics to songs, when I'm performing. I didn't really have that trouble before, so I don't know. But it's all good, Freedom fighters, that's right, William. I love that, man. Freedom, because we're fighting for freedom. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. People nowadays on the other side, they want you to be ashamed, like you're doing something wrong. Excuse me while I fix this lens. I just noticed there's something all over it. I do that every time, I know. It was funny story. I was charging my phone so I'd be ready for this, and it had been in there about 30 minutes, and I went and checked on it, and it was never charging. I didn't have the cord all the way in, so that's my luck. Regular old Adam stuff. Ruth, you finally caught me. Look at that. You know what? I discovered some neat stuff today. We're gonna go over some. I'm actually prepared today. Normally I'm not prepared. So I appreciate y'all tuning in to the Country Singer Network. That's the best name I could come up with. So we'll go with that for now. Tried to hit thumbs up, wouldn't let me. Hey man, I love Florida, Ted. Except it's hot as you know what down there right now, boy. This time of year, you can't even walk in the sand barefoot. You have to run to where you're going. And I hate the heat, but I do love Florida. I do. I love the ocean. I love seafood. Everything about the beach, man. I love it. I remember we lived in Virginia for a short while, and we'd go to Virginia Beach. Now that beach and ocean it's a little more hardcore. You get out there, man, jellyfish will sting the mess out of you. I remember I used to get stung so much. I still remember how it felt. It was just this sting, and you'd rub sand on it, and it'd go away for a minute, and it'd come right back, just stinging the mess out of you. Florida, more Florida in the house. Awesome, man. Originally from Michigan. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Well, I will tell you, I love all my friends, every state. Until college football season, then we'll be enemies. I'm just kidding. Go Dogs. Southern Sass, Lisa Mason, Virginia. I lived in Virginia, yeah, Richmond, Virginia. I can't remember the town. My parents would know, but I lived there 2 years in Virginia. But I was born here in Harris County, Georgia. But now I'm, of course, back to Georgia. I'm just wanting to kind of read some of y'all's stuff first before we really get into it. We had a song request, and Forgive me who asked for it. Maybe I'm sure she's on here. Was it was it Tina? I don't remember who asked for the song, and I'm sorry, y'all, but I have prepared the song. But I wanted to tell you about the song. This song, "Country State of Mind," and it's funny because y'all keep requesting Hank, but hey, I love it. I love Hank. "Country State of Mind." I play this song almost every show, but I play it when I play it live. I play it in a different key because this song, if you listen to the record, it has a what you call a modulation. It's where the song starts in one key and then it bumps up to another key. So it's kind of makes it a little harder to do on stage. If you do it in the regular key that it's in, it's tough because in order to get the really good sound like the record, you have to do what's called, and some of you may know, and I understand some of you may not, but it's called drop D tuning. It's where you tune a string down to get that certain sound. So when you're playing it live, you have to get tuned back up to do the modulation. I'm going to do it for y'all, though, like the record today. So you have to bear with me because I'm going to get to a point where I got to tune my guitar back up. I could do it my live version way, but it won't sound like you guys will want it to sound. So Bob Seger, I have a Facebook Bob Seger song I did. It's somewhere buried in my Facebook videos if y'all can find them. What is it? How About Tonight? Is that it? I think that's the title. Anyway, I did that song. But I may even throw in a second live song if y'all want to hear one. We'll do some good stuff, and then we're going to go over I got all kinds of stuff, man. I actually wrote me some notes this time, so maybe I'll be more organized. All right, let's do this thing. Now, again, somewhere in the middle of this song, I'm going to have to tune up to do the right thing, or either that or I'd have to stay in the same key. I don't want to do that, though. That hot old summer sun make you beg for your next breath. So you best be on the creek banks, laid in the shade, chewing on a hickory twig. Pass that bottle, I'll have me a swig. I ain't got a lot, I think I got it made in the shade. I'm just a little here in the country state of mind, catching these fish like they're gone out of style, drinking this homemade wine. If the sun don't come up tomorrow, well, people, I have had a good time. I'm just a little up here in the country state of mind. Ladies in the kitchen, got my kind of music on his radio, off drinking his beer, dialing up the request lines. Yeah, Mama and old Aunt Joan probably in the dining room trying to use the phone. Me, I'm thinking about that girl and later tonight. I'm just a little up here in the country state of mind, catching these fish like they're gone out of style, drinking this homemade wine. If the sun don't come up tomorrow, well, people, I have had a good time. I'm just a little up here in the country state of mind. All right, here's where I got to tune y'all. Y'all bear with me. There we go. Normally it don't take that long if I play it my live way. Well, the rednecks and the preppies, they're in their discos and honky tonks, somewhere between raising hell and amazing grace. Yeah, I know just how they feel. Gotta get out and kick up your heels. Ain't it great to be living in the USA here today? I'm just laid up here in the country state of mind, catching these fish like they're gone out of style, drinking this homemade wine all the time. Well, if the sun don't shine tomorrow, well, people, I have had a damn good time. I'm just laid up here, the country state of mind. Oh, here we go. Get a lay-o, get a lay-o, get a lay. Oh, yeah. See, if we were in the studio, I could start that song like I did in the regular tuning and then just move directly to the tuned up. So what I do live when I play this song is I start it in the key that we just ended in. I start it in the key of E, and then there we go. I was actually out of tune. I always say I play the Chinese song. It's called tuning, but that's my corny joke of the day. Y'all laughing up there. But it modulates. When I do it live, I start in the key of E, so I'm kind of like this. I'm going. I just kind of give it that country sound, and when it modulates, it goes woo, up to G like that. Well, the rednecks and the preppies, they're in their discos and honky tonks, somewhere between raising hell and amazing grace. Yeah, I know just how they feel. Gotta get out and kick up your heels. Ain't it great to be living in the USA? Alright, here we go. I'm just lit up here in the country state of mind, catching these fish like they're gone out of style, drinking this homemade wine all the time. Well, if the sun don't shine tomorrow, well, people, I have had a good time. I'm just lit up here, the country state of mind. All right, y'all yodel, here we go. Yiddle-lay-o, yiddle-lay-o, yiddle-lay. So that's my live version there. I had to show y'all that. Let me check myself. I said it was in tune. Let's see what happens here, y'all. I was a little bit off, but I'm always a little bit off, if you know what I mean. There it is right there. Close enough. All right, so I promised y'all another live song, but let me read some comments here. You're welcome, Alexis, Roberta, Lisa. Scared my dog off. Uh-oh. Did my song scare your dog? That ain't good if it did. Love our country, hate our government. Southern Sass, Lynn, terrific. Thank you so much. You are very welcome. You are very welcome. You know what I've been dealing with too? I'm all messed up, man. Injuries, and I played football and I did kickboxing, and then of course being a police officer, and I lived that kind of rough, get yourself hurt life. But anyway, I have carpal tunnel syndrome, and this is my main guitar hand as far as doing the chords. And some days it's so bad, my hand is completely asleep. And if you could imagine trying to play guitar with fingers that's asleep, it's like, laying on your hand. and then trying to play. Alexis wants a CD. I have a few CDs, but I had so much trouble mailing them out because the post office has been running months behind. I don't know if y'all are aware of that. So I had people send in the money, and I'd send the CDs out, and they were like, "Hey, man, I never got my CD." So I ended up, this is what happened. It cost me double because I had to go back and send everybody CDs again, plus paying the shipping. And then they received them all. So they had double CDs, but it cost me extra at the post office to mail them out. And normally I wouldn't mind. I'd love everybody to have my music, but I don't, it was killing me, trying to get that done. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, yes. Speaking of that, as far as the carpal tunnel syndrome, so I've had a little trouble playing live. I have to just fight through it. When my hand goes numb like that. But also, I had a friend of mine message me today, and he watched one of the videos. It's Been Killing Me video we filmed recently. I don't know, 2 months ago, something. And at that time, I was much heavier. I'm actually losing weight now, and I'll tell you what happened with that is since around COVID, I guess, I just started putting on weight, and I was like, man, what is going on here? Because now I like to eat. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna deny that I like to eat, but I was putting on weight way faster than normal, and I was like, man, something ain't right. And it was like, no matter what I did, I just still put on weight, and I was just like, man, this is terrible. So I went to the doctor and had some blood work done, and his nurse called me up and said the doctor wanted to see you because you actually have a under functioning thyroid. She said it was really low. So I was like, wow, I didn't realize that's what was happening. And so when I went to see him, he was like, yeah, you've probably been feeling real sluggish, tired, and putting on weight. I said, man, you don't even know. So he got me on medicine, and it's finally coming off. I got 20 pounds down now. I guess 10 pounds a month, something like that. So, and I'm not really having to struggle, you know what I mean? I'm doing a certain diet, not a diet. I don't want to call it a diet. I'm doing a certain way of eating. There we go. So, and it seems to be working. So I'm not a coffee drinker, but I've been drinking coffee because it's really kind of helping boost me. I know it's caffeine and whatever people say it's bad for you, but it's helping me, and it's actually helping with this diet. So hopefully I'll be taking up less room on this thing here in the future if I can get some more of this weight off. So anyway, you know what? Before I play a song, what was it I wanted to talk to y'all about? I'll tell you one thing, though. Let's talk about Biden for a second. Man, some crazy stuff happening right now. I don't know if y'all been watching news, but the Democrats, they are imploding from within. I mean, they're going through, they're panic. They are in full panic mode. They know Trump's going to win, and they just cannot stand it. So they are imploding. They're trying to get Biden out. Some are trying to keep him. They're wanting Kamala Harris in there, and I'm like, I just do not see Kamala Harris beating Trump. I don't know, but whatever. But yeah, they are imploding, and Kamala Harris. You ever watch her when she busts out laughing? That's a nervous laugh. That's not a real laugh. It's like she gets on the spot and she just it's like. It's fake. That's her nervousness that she's doing, and then when she goes to talk and she'll get on something that's very emotional to her, and her voice sounds like she's just about to cry when she's talking. I just can't stand that voice. I don't know if I'm just venting here, so I'm sure there's some of y'all that agree with me. That's right, go Brandon. Oh man, I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm praying though. I wanted to give y'all, let's see. One other question. And y'all can comment on this. What do you think now with Trump's vice president pick. I wonder what it's going to be. Do y'all have an idea? A good guess? I have my own thoughts, but he just said earlier that depending on what happens with Biden, who he's actually running against, it's going to determine who his vice president pick is. So I think Trump's kind of holding off to kind of like play his cards, and I don't blame him. I would too. So we'll see what happens there. And tonight I want to introduce some new artists. Most of you have heard of them because they're kicking butt right now. They're my favorites, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. And anyway, and here's the cool thing. I never thought in a million years I would be able to say this, and I mean that honestly. And it's definitely not bragging. I am not bragging. I am mentioning this because it's unbelievable. That's the reason I'm mentioning it. One of those artists is Zach Top, and he is, man, you talk about the most talented country guitar player. I'm not saying he's the best, but he is just phenomenal. He is so freaking good. His voice is so good, his songwriting, and when I say he's kicking butt, he is kicking butt and taking names. But here's the cool thing. Now, like I said, unbelievable. His biggest single out right now is a song called Sounds Like the Radio. And his official music video on YouTube right now, it may have changed since I last saw it, but it was 820, either 25,000 or 829,000. We are currently, last I checked, it was 815,000. So here we are now. This is why it's so unbelievable. I'm basically an organic artist, I don't have a record label. I don't have any paid promotion. I don't have anything that you need to have, that you're supposed to have. You know what I mean? This is all straight from this guitar and my recording studio in Nashville. And those guys are awesome. I love them. But we got this song out, and it's just about to catch and pass Zach Top, and I just cannot believe it. It's absolutely unbelievable. His single on YouTube, if you check it out, has been out for 5 months. 5 months at 800. I'm just going to say it's 829,000. I think that's right. So for 5 months, he's accumulated 829,000 views. Leave Me the Hell Alone, aka the Trump song, is 815,000 views in 3 weeks. So that's what I'm saying. It is, and again, I'm not bragging. I'm just in awe. It's unbelievable. It's awesome. It's freaking awesome, and it's you guys that have done this. So anyway, and what's crazy is I was looking through YouTube at different artists, really big artists, and man, some of them don't have half that. So I'm thinking, man, we've really done something here. It's easy to not really realize the magnitude, but if you really sit down and think about it, you're like, man, this is big. I mean, and I can tell y'all right now, nothing's happened. I haven't received a single phone call, a single message, nothing like that. None of that fairy tale stuff. But it's okay, because I'm doing what I set out to do. I made music, and it's out there, and it's real. So good stuff. So anyway, Zach Top is one of the artists I'm planning to mention, and then I'm going to tell you about another one in a minute. Man, it's already 24 minutes. I don't see how I could squeeze this into 30 minutes. It'd have to be an hour show. So I guess what I'll do is hang out as long as you are willing to, up to an hour, and see where that goes. But let me play y'all some Georgia music here by Mr. Travis Tritt. All right, here's a quarter. Sounds like it's tuned enough, ain't it? Say you were wrong to ever leave me alone. Now you're sorry, you're lonesome and scared. You say you'd be happy if you could just come back home. Well, here's a quarter, call someone who cares. Call someone who'll listen and might give it down. Maybe one of your sordid affairs. But don't you come around here handing me none of your lies. So here's a quarter, call someone who cares. Not having to be my lead. Girl, I thought what we had never turned bad. Now you're leaving, caught me unaware. But the fact is you've run, girl, that can't be undone. So here's a quarter, call someone who cares. Call someone who'll listen and might give it down. Maybe one of your sordid affairs. But don't you come around here handing me none of your lines. So here's a quarter, call someone who cares. Yeah, here's a quarter, call someone who cares. There we go. Some Travis Tritt. I'm watching my dog out there. He has stolen my grill cleaner, my grill scrub brush, and he's sitting there with it in his mouth. He's going to chew it all to pieces. Oh, let's see here. Good job. Thank you. All right. Let me see what I got here. I wanted to show y'all something. I tell you what, let's head over here because I got something pretty cool for y'all. Oh, there we go. I got my my Dr. Pepper. I love my Dr. Pepper Zero. I don't know if I'm allowed to sponsor some free sponsorship, but I love Dr. Pepper Zero. So don't tell them. Matter of fact, I get so irritated when I run out and I go to the store to get some and they don't have it. So apparently a lot of other people like it too. Let's see, store on here. That's a good buddy of mine. Ted says, I live Dr. Pepper. I do too, man. I love it. And no, there's no alcohol involved. It's just plain old Dr. Pepper. All right, let me see the best way to do this. Let me put my guitar down. I get kind of dysfunctional here when I'm live and trying to do things right. All right, here we go. I know I'm making y'all dizzy. Sorry, y'all. All right, so my TV went dark. Let me make sure I can get back to this because I had it all set up for y'all. Come on. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm going to turn this around. Ryan. Here's what you like to sing and play. All right, here we go. I'm going to turn around and show y'all something here now. We're in my little band room. There's my drums. I play drums too. I'm not an expert drummer, but I can definitely, hold my own with it, I guess you'd say. There's the early Bad Horse Days. That's the cover to Even Though You're Gone. This was our show with Kansas. I know there's a lot of reflection. I'm sorry, y'all. That lead guitarist there, his name is Chris. He goes by Mudbone. He's out of Mississippi. Y'all look him up. Give him a shout. Mudbone, he's awesome, man. He did a show with us when we played with Kansas. It was a big MMA show. It was at the Ford Center in Indiana. So that was a killer show. Really awesome playing with Kansas. So I discovered something. I was going to show y'all a new song tonight, which is My Grandpa. But look at this. I just found this. It's called the Light Side Music Reactions. This guy, I guess, gives reviews, the Light Side Reactions and Reviews. He has set up my song. I've never seen this guy before. And it's set for premieres 7/12/24, 9 a.m. So it's not live yet. You can't watch it yet, but I don't know what he's going to say. I hope he's a nice guy. I hope he has good things to say. I don't know though. I don't know what he does, but I'm interested to see what he says about my grandpa. So I've got my grandpa on my channel. That's my channel. And then I think this is the album channel. Not real sure. But anyway, so I'm going to play this for y'all. I want to listen to this song. This is a song I wrote about actually both of my grandparents. Let me see. It's funny. I included a lot of people. I included my own dad in this song. He always follows me around when I'm plowing on the tractor. Let me get this turned back around. When I'm on the tractor plowing and doing all of my food plots on the property, my dad will be in his truck following me around, in case I need more fuel or stop to get something to drink, whatever. So I put that in the song. And then his dad's, I'm sorry, I'm all messed up. His mom's dad, there we go. His granddad on my grandma's side, his name was Otis Moore. Everybody called him Daddy Moore. And he actually worked directly under Franklin D. Roosevelt. He was his farm guy. He handled everything. If you go to the little White House, his picture's on the wall, standing there beside Roosevelt's car, talking to him. So it's neat, a lot of neat history there. But anyway, Otis Moore, Daddy Moore, he had a bunch of foxhounds. That's what he loved to do. So my dad was the only one who cared to work with him on it. So he kind of hung out with him a lot and took care of his hunting dogs. So I put that in the song. So it's got a lot of stuff. My mom's dad, Don Hanson is his name. He was a captain in the Air Force. And so a lot of this song is about him. You'll hear talking about smoked like a chimney and drank a little too. That was my dad's dad. And he lived right here, right down the road. He had an old farm tractor. So it's a cool song. So we're going to listen to this. And again, I'll share the link. And if you want to purchase a download, it always helps me. I appreciate it. But if you just want to listen, that's fine too. That's how I am. I'm not here to push sales on anybody. All right. So I'm going to turn this around. I'm trying to get all high tech here. All right. So let's move this over and see if it starts.
Joe Biden reversed President Trump's successful border policies.
Look at that. Look at that.
Overrunning our cities, busting budgets.
Let's see if it'll let me skip.
Less for us. Only President Trump will secure the border and stop the invasion of illegals.
Ain't that the truth?
People call it the biggest small town festival in
All right, here comes the skip. Right. There we go. All right, I hope y'all enjoy this. Found some more pictures in his dresser, along with a pocket knife and scissors. Over there, still hanging in his closet, was his overalls and worn out leather boots. He retired from the Air Force back in 1962.
On 100-acre farm, he built a barn and a cabin too. He had an old Ford tractor and he taught me how to plow. He'd get in his pickup truck and follow me around. In his eyes, I could do no wrong. He was my grandpa. I was only 15, but I was there the day he died. Everyone gathered round, we were standing by his side. My dad called him Daddy, he was grandpa to me. Seems just like yesterday, that was 1993. He retired from the Air Force back in 1962. Fought in the Korean War, World War II. Smoked like a chimney, and he drank a little too. He was good as gold, he was red, white, and blue. Shotgun and he taught me how to shoot. We load up his hunting dogs, he always had a few. In my eyes, he could do no wrong. He was my grandpa. My follow me around. Can't believe it's been so long. 30 years now he's been gone. My grandpa. My grandpa.
There we go. I hope y'all like that. I think this thing's gonna try to keep playing on me. Let me see. It won't stop. Hang on, y'all. That's pretty cool, though. All right, where's Paul's? There we go. Got it. Got it. I'm getting better, y'all. You know what? Of course, the last time I did this, we didn't have as many subscribers. So I think y'all might enjoy this. I'm going to take you on a little tour here. All right, so I showed you those pictures there, of course. This was out in Las Vegas when we did that photo shoot with my buddy Bruce Reiner. Bruce used to work with Dolly Parton, and he's still helping me now. He's actually working with me now and trying to get something going here. Anyway, I'm a big deer hunter. I know some of you may not really like that, and I understand, but it's just something I do. I enjoy it. But I definitely eat what I kill. I don't just kill for the fun of it. But I promise you, my deer are spoiled because they eat very, very good. There's Garth. I've been doing a Garth Brooks tribute show out in Houston, Texas for the last 3 years. This is a picture I took from his live concert. My fiddle player out in Texas gave me this. He went to Las Vegas and saw him, and he got this VIP pass, which was really awesome. There's another Garth picture. You see that guitar right there. See that style? Let me show you. See, this is my Garth guitar. Sounds really good, which I've always played Takamines. That's just Blake Shelton. I've actually got Blake Shelton's exact model right over here. It's in that case, which I can't fool with that right now, getting it out. But anyway, we got Mr. Mark Wills there. He's from Georgia. Let's see. We got Mr. Brian White. I've played a show with him. Man, still am. I'm a huge Brian White fan, and it was awesome getting to meet him and play the show. I'll try and post some pictures of that. I may have to do it on Facebook, though. Jody Messina. The Jody Messina and the Mark Wills, that came from the Buckboard in Atlanta, which is no longer there. Mr. John Galicio owned it. I love that picture. That's pretty cool. I've had that for a while. And here's some of the Texas shows. That was one of the recent shows just now. That's the Texas Garth show there. You can see that's the Blake Shelton guitar. Got my Texas little cutting board here. And there's the Houston area, Galveston. Galveston, oh, Galveston. And here's Alan Jackson. This was from the Atlanta Motor Speedway way back in the day. I went to a huge concert with Alan Jackson, Kenny Chesney, Tracy Bird, Alabama, Charlie Daniels. Oh my God, so many. I can't. Pam Tillis. I can't even remember. They had so many artists. And there's Bad Horse. That's my band. That was the band we had our independent record deal with in Nashville. Got Mr. Chris Mathis on drums, Mike Deems on bass. That's a funny dude if you ever meet him. Charlie on lead guitar. That's one of the best guitarists, man. I don't know who that guy is. He looks familiar. But anyway, Robert E. Walden. He actually died a little while back. He ended up getting a disease similar to ALS, and it was bad stuff, man. So we miss Robert. And Mr. Joel Bridges. Joel has just recently built a awesome recording studio in his house, and I keep making plans to go there and record. But Joel wrote the song North to Knoxville. I know I've mentioned that before. If you haven't heard it, check it out. North to Knoxville. Joel wrote this song, and I had been in love with it since I ever heard it. So my last recording for the My Turn album, I talked to Joel. I said, Joel, man, I'd love to record that song, and I'd love for you to play it, you know. So we all took a trip to Nashville, and Joel played the piano on it. And Joel also played the piano. Well, he's done it on a lot of our songs, of course, but one of my songs, I Still Love Them, talking about Jesus, you got to hear his piano intro to that song. Really, really killer stuff. Here is our first single that was out on country radio, Mississippi Rain. This picture, believe it or not, was actually taken in downtown Atlanta, kind of in the project area. It was a pretty rough area. We left the recording studio and went and did this photo shoot. And I actually used some Photoshop and did the cloud work in this thing, and they ended up using it. It was pretty cool. So that was our very first single. Went #1 on New Music Weekly, Nashville Music Row charts. I think it reached 29, I think, or 30, which was pretty good for our first song out, you know. There's my 2 albums. The My Turn album, that's the most recent. And that was 2020, right before COVID hit, man. I was sitting at the bar in Hotel Preston in Nashville, and I remember people talking about COVID, and I was wondering, like, what's it going to become? There's me and Robert when we first got started, Adam Grant and Robert E. That's one of our albums. Let's see what I got up here. There's the My Little Man single. This did really well. That was another #1 song for us. And then we had It's All Good. And there's Robert's picture there. That was actually from the funeral. And there we are again. I got a bunch of little Bad Horse stuff. Joel has some really cool Bad Horse pictures in his studio. I don't know how he got some big old posters. I didn't get all that. And here's the Bad Horse helmet. This, if you look up our song "It's All Good" with Terry Bradshaw at the Titan Stadium in Nashville, you'll see some of them wearing this helmet. And I've got the jersey. Jersey's put up though. Oh, there it is. There's the jersey. It says Grant. I got the hat right there from Bobby Walden. Bobby Walden was two-time Super Bowl winner, and that was Robert's dad. They called him the Big Toe from Cairo, Georgia, was Bobby Walden. He was the kicker, the punter for the Steelers, and had 2 Super Bowl rings. Pretty awesome stuff. So anyway, this is my, let me show you this too. This, a friend got me, Miss Shelley. She got this from Craig Campbell. He actually hand wrote the song "Outskirts of Heaven." It's not a copy. He wrote this by hand and sent it. And then he wrote this awesome letter to Adam. God bless you, my friend. Stay safe. He knew I was a police officer at the time. So, very cool stuff, man. It's just a little bit of collection that I have. But anyway, let me show you this too. This is a picture of my dad that a friend of mine edited, and I thought that'd be a cool picture for my grandpa song. Of course, it's my dad. All right, let me get turned around here. So, I gave you a little tour. One day I'll have to get the guitars out and show them. And also, I'll show you this picture a friend had made for me. This is my cabin out here on the property. That's a little hunting cabin. You can see my dad standing there by the corner. Cool picture, though. Of course, all those pine trees are huge now. So anyway, the other artist I wanted to... Oops, damn, I almost messed up. All right, I'm going to stay still so y'all don't get sick no more. If y'all have heard of the new Texas boy, man, Jake Worthington is my favorite. Him and Zach Top, those right there, they are my 2 top. I've had this sinus thing, so y'all, I apologize constantly clearing my throat lately. But anyway, y'all check out Jake Worthington. He has many, many awesome songs. He is in my opinion, he's the new honky tonk king, and he's just getting started. I mean, I don't think his videos have even reached the "Leave Me the Hell Alone" level yet, but he's way more well known than I am, way more. But he's got a song called "The State You Left Me In," so that's y'all's homework. Y'all go check that out. Jake Worthington, "The State You Left Me In." Man, awesome. He's been at the Grand Ole Opry. I've never played the Opry. That would be beyond amazing. I would love it. I would honor it and respect it. It would be amazing. But I have not been invited. Oh well, maybe one day. So y'all check out Jake. You check out Zach Top. Zach's got so many good songs too. There's a new slow song out, and I can't think of the title right now. Is it like "Hold Me" or I can't remember. I should have had that written down, but you can find it. He's got such good stuff. But other than that, man, this Trump song is rocking and rolling. It's still going forward, still increasing, and it's pretty amazing. You know, I really didn't know where to go when we were filming that the video for it. I didn't really know what to do. I said, you know what? Let's just ride some four-wheelers. Let's build a fire. Let's just have a party and just film it. And I'll sit here and play to the song, because that's what we do anyway. It's that's how we hang out. And at no point in that song does it represent anything of racism. And I don't want to ever hear somebody make that accusation, which I have, of course. People write all kinds of stuff, but that is not the case whatsoever. It's not about violence. It's talking about your freedom of self-defense. And we're not going to be pushed around. We are going to stand up for freedom, and we're going to fight for freedom. But it's not a violent, it's not a threat, it's nothing like that. It's just that we support our rights, our constitutional rights. We are exercising those rights. The Second Amendment, the First Amendment. That song is the biggest First Amendment song I've ever heard. And I would say that if Joe Blow down the street wrote the song. But anybody who would come out with this song, I would say, man, that is freedom of speech. Because what's said in that song, if you lived in Russia or you lived in China, Cuba, North Korea, you name it, that song ain't gonna fly. And there's people in this country who don't want it to fly neither. They hate it. When I say hate, I'm spelling it with capital letters. They hate it. They can't stand it. They can't stand what it represents. They want to make false accusations to make it look bad, saying it's racist. And I've even heard people say, well, that's a KKK meeting if I've ever seen one. Bull crap. It's us hanging out in the country with American flags. My bass player is black. I am not racist. Nobody's racist. And I don't want to hear that crap no more. People throw that word around so much, and it's their only defense, and it's false. Just like the stupid offended crap. I'm so tired of hearing people talk about they are offended. I'm going to cuss now. I don't give a shit if you're offended. Well, you think that matters to me? I get offended every day. I may go in Walmart and see something I don't like, and I'm offended, but you know what? I keep to myself, and I shake my head, and I think to myself, ain't no damn way I'd do that, or you wouldn't catch me in that, or but it's my thing. I keep it to myself, and I get over it. By the time I get home, I might mention it, but that's about it. But anyway, so who gives a shit if you're offended? I don't care. If you're offended, tough dog dookie, get over it. So if you think I'm going to tiptoe around and cater and pamper your offended emotion, no sir, no ma'am. Not today, not from me. I don't entertain that stuff, and I never will. So I had to just cover that because I'm sick and tired of that crap. I know y'all are too. And that's kind of what the song is about. Of course, there's so many things I wanted to mention in that song, like the border. But as y'all well know, the song is long enough. It's way too long. And I knew that when I wrote it. I made it too long. I didn't want it to be that long, but there's a lot that needed to be said. And I didn't want to leave that awesome musical work, that lead, the organ, the fiddle, the lead guitar from Eugene Moles. Eugene Moles in Nashville, he used to play for Buck Owens on Yeehaw. I mean, he was the Yeehaw. Y'all pretend you didn't hear me say that. What in the hell? I swear I haven't been drinking Yeehaw. Hee-haw. Anyway, there, y'all get a laugh out of that one. So I hope Eugene don't see this. Good Lord. Anyway, Eugene played on Hee-haw. He was Buck Owens' lead guitarist, and he played for Merle Haggard. Even played for Vern Gosdin. And y'all, some of you know that I'm been working with Vern's wife, Beverly. So she's been really helping us doing the A-team stuff, kind of promoting a bunch of, homegrown kind of artists. Anyway, I'm going to laugh about Yeehaw. Hey, did y'all watch Yeehaw? That's coming on tonight. Good Lord. Anyway, yeah, Hee-Haw. He always does that. So, yeah, Eugene Moles, y'all look him up. Killer guitarist, man. He's got that Bakersfield sound, California, kind of like Buck Owens, and yeah, I'm having a Biden moment. There it went. I guess you know what though, I can't talk. If I'm this bad now, I'll probably be right there with Biden later. So anyway, y'all, I hope you've enjoyed this, the live music, the new music, the new artist, because I don't want it all about me. This doesn't need to be all about me. I like spreading the love and introducing new country singers. And I can do that from now on, I'll be happy to do that. And we'll talk about some country music news, which I really don't have much country music news right now, unless you guys know something and you can put it in the comments. And thank you. I appreciate y'all. And I would like to do this more often. I'd like to cover country music news. I'd like to cover new artists. Of course, promote some of my music because it's, the only thing I have to promote it. And just hang out with y'all and cover these topics and a little bit of the political stuff. Sometimes religion, people say, oh, don't talk about politics and religion. Well, you know what? We're going to, because somebody needs to. And I'm not talking about judgment. I'm not talking about judging anyone. Like I always say, and I know you've heard me say this a million times, I support freedom 100%. What you do with your freedom is between you and God, and that goes for your lifestyle. If you prefer living a certain lifestyle, I may not agree with it, and other people may not agree with it, but that's your freedom to do, and what you do with that is between you and God, and that's the way it should be, So anyway, I just feel strongly about that. If you, like I said the other day, if your thing is playing bingo, hey man, I'm behind you 100%. I'll drive you there. I'll pick you up. I support it. I don't play bingo. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I probably would if I had the opportunity, but I'm not a bingo person. You know what I mean? But there are people that are, and there's people that enjoy golf. There's people who enjoy ice skating, water skiing, boating, hunting, hiking. Leave people alone. Let them do what they enjoy. Just because you don't like something, I'm not talking to y'all, don't take this personal. Just because you don't like something, it doesn't mean that your buddy has to not like it neither. Give people freedom. Let them do what they want to do. Fishing. Yes, sir. Fishing. I love fishing. Or yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I just reading quick. Veteran from Ohio, man, we appreciate you. And I mean that. I'm not saying it lightly. We appreciate you more than you know. And as well as all veterans. And there's so many people that don't, and it's very frustrating. But so anyway, I want to close on that. Let's just, give people their freedom. Just because you don't agree with it or you don't do it, if they enjoy it and they're not hurting anybody, that's their freedom. It's between them and God. Let them live their life. You do, we're all in our own path. We've all had our own problems, our own obstacles, our own hardships. Everybody's had hardships. I've had, I can't even go there. But anyway, I've had them. And nobody knows what's down the road. There may be more, So, but let's support each other with their freedom. And, that goes across the board for many things, many things. But other than that, again, I'll say, even if you are a Democrat, as long as you love this country and we're looking in the same direction, you support freedom, you support the Constitution, you support this country being what it is and remaining a strong country. Hey, we're looking in the same direction. We can stand side by side. So y'all take it easy, and thank you so much. We went a whole hour, so hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope you liked the live music and my grandpa. And I'm going to post the link. For some reason, it won't let me post it while I'm talking, so I will post it when I'm done. And if y'all want to purchase it, I thank you in advance. It might put some new tires on my bicycle. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in, and spread the word, because we're going to start doing this more often. I don't know how frequently, but I'll definitely give a heads up, and we'll make it fun, man. We'll cover some good stuff. All right, y'all. Peace.